Good day, dear friends. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday to all of you. And I'm trying my best to bifurcate, if you will, to provide a binary presentation because live is it's just so different. There's a certain feel to it, and I would like very much to include our something about noonish to allow our EU friends to participate, to enjoy the fun, the frolic, the merriment of that which we are providing. Because it's a subject which is so interesting. Because, as I think I've made you aware, it's one thing to have subjects that are fascinating about, I don't know, politics or whatever. But whenever you can combine and throw in a version of reality, so to speak, it's wonderful. And if you can look into the notion of behavior, psychology, and behavior, and why people do this, and how the Dunning Kruger effect is so alive and so well. And we'll talk about that because we had last night the chance to review one of the most important issues, one of the most important statements regarding one Erika Kirk and this one incident that occurred during the Women's Leadership Summit or something along those lines. And it was so good and so insightful and so beautifully emblematic of the pathetic nature of this woman that it makes us understand and recognize just how horrible of a speaker she is and how she might be systematically and maybe, I don't know, deliberately destroying the legacy and the name and the good work of her husband Charlie. So before we begin, my friends, I cannot say this enough to you. You do what you may, but if you do not have what is called a bug out bag sound, I don't particularly care. An emergency um, travel bag or something. If you don't have that, handy, I don't know what to say about you. I really don't know what to say because it is so obvious, it's so easy, and the best one on the market I have with your name on it. But in order to avail yourself of such, you must listen to this first. When disaster hits, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you already prepared. Wildfires, floods, hurricanes, tornadoes, blackouts, EMP and grid attacks, riots, disaster. Get it? And when the warning comes, there's no time to search for flashlights or bottled water or first aid supplies while your family waits at the door. That's why My Patriot Supply created the fully stocked bug out bag. You've got to get this. It's a rugged, grab and go tactical backpack packed with 60 emergency essentials, including food, water, shelter, fire, starting tools, lighting, first aid, and more. Everything is already packed and ready right out of the box. Keep one in your car, your home, your RV, your office, your cabin, because emergencies never make appointments. And right now, you can get $100 off plus free shipping for a limited time. So act now. There will be no special invitation in life. Disaster always comes unannounced. Get prepared now. Go to preparewithlionel.com. That's preparewithlionel.com and click the link today. I have not been able to think of anyone who is out in the world of entertainment and politics who is so profoundly incompetent in what they do and who doesn't know it. And it reminds me of this Dunning Kruger effect provision, which says that there is a cognitive bias where individuals with limited knowledge or skill set or abilities in a particular area greatly overestimate their competence. Simply put, people who know the least about a topic often lack the self awareness to recognize their own mistakes, leading to unwarranted confidence and disaster. Erika Kirk is the Dunning Kruger effect in spades in real time. And she lacks the ability to understand how bad she is. And I blame a lot of the people at TPUSA who are not saying, honey, you can't do this anymore. You are unable, you are without the ability to do this. You are destroying our work. You are destroying Charlie's legacy. You are destroying everything that he worked for, and we don't know what it is precisely you are doing. It might be some attempt at being, I guess, famous or what have you, but you must stop this now. You must. You must do this. And what is also interesting is we learn a lot about ourselves. We learn a lot about politics, our own shortcomings, our own abilities, our own delusions and biases and distortions and the like. And it's so fascinating. Again, I can't think of anyone. Even Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is not a bad speaker. She just provides maybe the wrong message, or she's very smart. She was a great actress in that movie, Suits or whatever it was. Very, very good. I'm trying to think of somebody. Kim Kardashian doesn't really speak a lot. Thankfully. And then, as I said, there are people that we love, and I give this kind of a group of people. Dolly Parton is loved, was loved from the beginning, and no matter what she did, if she had these gargantuan breasts that were, placed surgically, it didn't matter. She was still Dolly Parton. It made her quirky. She was like a little sister or something. She had that giggle, that grin. Princess Di, beloved. Absolute warts and all, something just goes right through. And that's Candace. Candace versus Erika. That's why Erika despises Candace. You could wake Candace up in the middle of the night and say, hey, wake up! And she'll be more honest and exhibit more veracity and verity in the middle of the night, semi-conscious, than this dame does on her own at all times. And I wonder if I could to show you something. I read some of this last night. I don't know if I want to go through the whole thing, but it's worth showing, especially if you missed this in real time, because even when you saw it, it's like I'm giving you a magic show. I'm saying, this is how magic is done. Let's look at that again. Let me back it up. Here's what happens. This is what you saw. This is what they saw. Now let's go back and let me see what you missed because you weren't paying attention to this. See, a lot of wonderful folks, analyses deal with Colvette, and this one is here, and there was an SD chip, or it was a disc that was taken here, and the there, and that's great. That's kind of Zapruder. That's almost like forensic analysis. My forensic analysis is in the stagecraft, the particular personality of these people, and why they are so incredibly maladapted at what we're talking about. So this, last week was the Women's Leadership Summit or something. And I want you to go through this, and I'm going to show you a few things here. And I want you to apply. To apply all of this that we are learning and that we are teaching. I'm showing you, apply this to real world in real time, and let us watch this. And I'm gonna Let me turn this portal off here. It's very confusing. I'm going to show you a few things, and I'm going to stop it when I want you to notice, or I'll ask you, what do you notice? Because remember, perception, awareness, the message, it's the trial lawyer in me trying to persuade people, but also the notion of stagecraft and how that's one thing that Trump did. When Trump was beloved before he fell into this mess, he did this almost intuitively. So let's watch and let me point out a few things as it occur. By the way, two things. Number one, be very careful when you ever do this to pull out the music, because you'll get these copyright sharing things. Hey, thank you for using it. Can we share? No. Second, and this is important, one of the reasons why I don't like "Hey guys," I heard this again. You've got to get off of this. If you're doing this in particular, you have to stop doing this because you have picked up a bad habit, because you are missing something important. There's an old radio adage that says, don't say you guys. All right, all of you people, because what it does is it provides people with the impression that all of these people are being talked to, as opposed to you. I know what you're thinking. I know what you feel. I want you to feel I'm talking to you, not you guys. May not sound like much, but it's important. Raul Rodriguez understands exactly. Afternoon, folks. That's okay because you're addressing an entire group of people. I know it may sound pedantic, priggish, or persnickety, to be alliterative, but it's not. There's a lot to be said. All right, enough of that. Here we go. Right off the bat. First of all, this is a 9-month-old. This is a grieving widow, unable, sidestepped, stultified, concretized still by the loss of her husband. Most people are forced to appear. Also, look at the stagecraft. Listen to the sound. They should have mic'd this better. It sounds like about 5 people. The first part, the music, which we're not going to play for you, was very, very loud. It sounds like a lot of people were there. When they stopped the music, you hear this. And it gave people the idea of a rather de minimis turnout. So let me just, again, right off the bat, look at the message they give you. Does this sound like a big rally to you? Okay, I'm sorry, I do this again. I pay close attention to this. Remember this one. Now, how many camera shots are there? This is one camera. They got one. Okay, so this would be audience left or stage right. Okay, this is the one camera shot. This is one here. Now, this is the next one. This is a row. All white women, all relatively young. So older women, forget it. We're not talking about you. This looks almost like college, which is fine. But remember, look at the woman with the camera. You'll see some faces, okay? So stop right there. 2 camera shots, right? This is the main one, of course. Stage right, the other one, and then this one they seem to be almost fixed.
It is so good to see you guys.
You guys.
My sweet Gigi doing her little mommy. She's very big with the microphone lately. She takes off of her daddy. So with her daddy's little microphone, mini one that she has, she wanted to be able to do my intro. So.
Okay, you know what? Look, a couple of things here. I'm saying this again. At least, she's acknowledging her children. I believe it's her children for the first time. That's all. And while you're at it, you should be identifying and acknowledging Charlie's parents as well.
Why not? It's my little voiceover for my intro. So precious, but so much in my life, just like yours, has changed since I've last been up on this stage with my husband 1 year ago. Who was here last year with us? Who's first?
See, doesn't it sound like about 4 people? Doesn't it? It almost sounds like you got to mic it better. And there's ways to do it because you always want to make it sound like this is a crowd. This is a crowd. Remember, she would not show up at the University of Georgia with the JD Vance because the crowd wasn't big enough. All right.
First time ever coming to Turning Point USA conference. Wow. I love it. Hi, you guys.
Oh, let's see. This you might, you know what, this might be a generational thing. Maybe I'm just from a different time. This is not leadership. This is like this is your mom or your sister. You know what I mean? It's not leadership. It's a word, it's a concept she does not understand.
Hi. Today is really special for a multitude of reasons, but today marks 14 years, the day that my husband decided to start Turning Point USA.
Now, finally, she at least again acknowledges, which is very, very important. This idea that yes, he was doing something, he was important, that he was responsible. This is TPUSA. It's not just about me, it's about Charlie. Good. Count those right now. Just count. That was one.
He saw what was on the horizon for the youth of this nation, and he knew that Turning Point USA would be the solution. And I am so grateful to God that he followed the calling that was on his heart rather than what the rest of the world probably would have expected a young 18-year-old male to do.
Don't know what that means, but okay.
He saw a generation drifting away from faith, away from a sense of purpose. And he wanted.
By the way, someone writes, bet they paid the front rows. How many of the people do you believe actually were members of TPUSA? And by the way, thanks to our dear friends from Australia who are barely hanging on, watching at 2 times the speed. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wanted to cultivate a space for community, a space that was so needed, especially on college campuses.
Stop right there. This was not written by her. None of these words are hers. None of these words use anything from her own vernacular, her own comfort level. None of this. In addition, this is also important to note. Very, very critical. This looking down conveys the idea of I don't know what I'm doing. A prompter would have been simple. You should have had prompters. They're very, very simple. Very, very. You can even control them yourself. You can push a button. You have a prompter reader, somebody who is following you, and you have everything there in front of you. It is so much better. She is reading this again, using terms, using words that are not her own. Stilted, unfamiliar, cold, formulaic, pro forma.
He was aspiring to win the culture war and to share with everyone the American traditional values that he so deeply cherished.
Do you believe any of this? Any of this?
And we will continue forward with that mission that my husband has entrusted to us.
The look. This is somebody who is disconnected, who is smiling. It's almost like, I can't explain this. There's no solemnity. You want to do something, and he has provided this to us for us to spread his most noble word. Versus that he's invented to us. Detachment. Even Raul gets it. The women sound and look like beauty contestants. Well, theoretically, sir, notice this. See this smile? This is everything's a pageant. Everything's a papaya. Okay? This is important. This is critical.
I'm so proud of him.
Same people, same row.
My husband always believed in this event.
Second camera.
The Women's Leadership Summit, because he could see young women being sold a vision of life that looked empowering on the surface, but left many of them increasingly dissatisfied underneath. He wanted
I know. Now, by the way, this is the theme. Charlie knows women. She knows women. Women are waylaid, weighed down, a Swanee River. No, weighed down by this feminism. Feminism. Feminism is the problem. Feminism, you women, you don't know how to be women. You're fighting this. Now remember this. She's basically, keep in mind, she's insulting half of the people who are, or the women, not half, all of them. She's insulting them. You don't know what you're doing. I do.
to create a place for conservative women to connect with like-minded women and be poured into by female voices that would talk to them about the sanctity of life, about fiscal responsibility, about liberty and family.
Fiscal responsibility. Spoiler, fiscal responsibility. She later says, have as many kids. Was it beyond your budget or something along those lines? Have as many kids later on, have as many, don't worry about being able to pay for your kids. Fiscal responsibility. This is the only time she even pays lip service to the libertarian message. Mises, Hayek, Mount Pelerin, Milton Friedman, that libertarian. That was really the actual marching order of this. Not women, not Jesus, not any of that stuff. If you look at what the mission statement of TPUSA was, and by the way, another thing too, her idea of invoking and trying to connect the notion of Almighty God is to say words like Lord and Jesus and God and the Bible. And scriptures say something, and the Lord says something. Again, this is brand new to her. She is as knowledgeable in terms of Christianity as I am a center for the Spurs.
He wanted to create that for all of you. And for the first time, women that are here tonight, thank you for being a part of that special legacy that he started. Charlie would often say that feminism was about wanting women to become men and eventually not needing men.
Now, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Maybe you did. Maybe I missed it. Maybe something. Maybe something. This is the best part. Did I hear him say that? I mean, he did kind of. It's almost as though she does not read or wasn't really listening to what he was saying, but is kind of incorporating it now into this, I'm surprised she doesn't mention they and pronouns. It's like, I don't know if Charlie talked about that. He answered questions during his various debates, but I don't think that was really the first message.
He watched feminism rear its head on college campuses in a way that was openly hostile to conservative women.
Do you believe that she believes what she's saying?
Who were told to reject the very things that make womanhood unique. Things like motherhood is a burden.
Did anybody ever say that?
Marriage is a trap, or motherhood is something that should be stalled or not even experienced at all.
Let me explain something to you. First of all, listen to me. Marriage, motherhood should be stalled. If you do not have money to afford children, thank you, dear Stephen Salty. Bless your salty heart, dear friend. If you are unable to pay for your children and you are forced to put them into all kinds of child after school, you're not able to afford this because you've got to go to work and you have too many kids. They are expensive. For you to say, it doesn't matter, let's do this. We're some Irish couple in Donegal in the 18th century. It doesn't work like that. I am sorry. I'm not saying, children don't look at a child as like getting a patio. Sometimes certain circumstances are not perfect. But this irresponsible from a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, how much did she get in her insurance policies? They don't have to worry about any of this stuff. They don't have to worry about any of this stuff. Being a parent is something that you have got to take very seriously. Do not have children. Do not, this oops business. Once you commence in a relationship, married, I think he would be saying, and you're not using any kind of birth control, sorry, you're basically saying each one of these can take. So while intimacy is one thing and sex is one thing, any of our little excursions here could result in a child. Are we able to do this? Do we want this child? Are we going to go through problems later on? See, this idea, you better believe children are serious. You better believe children are serious, and you better be able to afford them. And these people who have 10 kids and they can't afford them, what are you kidding me? I don't know. I don't know where this came from. I don't know why this is so noble. I think it's irresponsible, period.
In a woman's life, while also pushing the narrative that men are the enemy and that having no one in your life is a strength.
Do you think she's talking about some kind of weird lesbian cat lady group? Do you, seriously, ladies, does this describe you? Does this describe, do you know women like this? Men are militant lesbians with pink hair and studded nose. They don't want children. They don't want men. Okay, yeah. Yeah, fine. But those are the majority. But most people, this is almost stereotypical. Does she get out in the real world? Does she really feel that the majority of people, let's say in her age group in particular, 20, 30, view men as a, what is she talking about?
But we weren't created to be alone. Scripture reminds us that men and women were designed to depend on one another.
Okay.
To support one another.
Okay.
To build together. That is God's design for us.
Listen to this. Maybe you can't read this. Maybe for you and yours, not everyone is doing well with above average intelligence. What does this mean? These are the forced contrarians. Somebody writes, I'm convinced she has never given birth. You know, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if you found out. Ask yourself a question. This is the first one. If you found out that she never really gave birth to any, would it surprise you? Do you remember years ago when Beyonce was alleged to have been falsifying her pregnancy? Do you remember this? This was one of the biggest stories there was. She was sitting allegedly in some show where she had her abdomen, her mommy belly tummy deflated like a balloon. Okay? This is the point which is amazing. How does this work? Doesn't that get you? Doesn't that make you think, how could this have, and if you mentioned anything, how many other people are, because there was all kinds of talk, there was a surrogate and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, that kind of died off. But would it surprise you? Seriously? I don't know the first thing about her. Many people that said they never saw Michelle Obama pregnant. I will tell you this, today, I don't know. I didn't know who this woman was. I don't know these things. But today, when a woman is pregnant with iPhone, oh my God. There was a time when people would be kind of like discreet. They would have like the maternity tops. Today, you walk around with your linea alba, with your full mommy belly, which is wonderful. With that dark line that bisects the abdomen, the linea alba, which means white line. I don't know why it's white, but you see the kind of the not the hemorrhage, but the forced umbilicus. No, I mean, you go over here. So I don't know where she's talking about. I don't know where she is getting this from. I don't know.
At its core, feminism is a worldview that treats many of the things that make women uniquely women as obstacles. as obstacles to overcome rather than divine gifts to embrace. This worldview results in a culture where womanhood is viewed as a competing force against manhood rather than something that is complementary.
Does this make sense to you? And I swear to you, I don't want to point out speaking styles, but sometimes you don't notice things because being a recovering stutterer, I very listen. I listen to sibilance, I listen to pronunciation, I listen to tongue thrusting and lisping. I'm always listening. But it's not a sibilance. I don't know what it is. Just listen to the way she speaks. It's fast. I never really noticed this before.
As women in today's world, we are blessed with far more choices than any other generation.
Is that true? Is that true? Do you have more choices or more opportunities? Choices? Okay.
Any other generation in history, we have far more choices.
I said, I can't help it. I'm sorry.
But why is that having all those choices is now leaving us with far less clarity about...
Excuse me. What? If I give you more choices, doesn't that help clarity? Doesn't that help you hone your skills and home in on possibilities of direction?
Who we are,
huh?
And what we are created for. So truly, the question that's actually facing modern women today isn't so much a rhetorical question of, is this all there is?
That's right, Peggy Lee. Is that all there is? Is that all there is, my friend? So let's go dancing. We'll break out the booze and have a ball. Everybody. And sing it with my vivacity.
Is this all there is to life? It's actually a deeper...
By the way, very, very, very good. Sherry Huffman says something very good. Says, this is very good. She says, her focus on this topic is weird. It's supposed to be a women's leadership conference, not a let's all have babies conference. A quick mention is okay. Then go on to conservative leadership. Touche, Sherry. Absolutely. He's got that one right. Absolutely. In fact, I'm going to keep it like this so I can read some of your beautiful comments.
More thoughtful question. It's a moral and a spiritual one. What life's vision will you pursue?
You know what? Somebody writes is very, very important point. UFO says, it looks like some kind of a chat GPT, talking points. For example, choices for opportunities. I like that. You're very good. You see, this is the part. This is good stuff. The fact that you're listening so attentively.
Freedom without responsibility is reckless. It endangers the very fabric of our society. And alternatively, when both men and women in society faithfully carry their responsibilities with integrity and honor, that's how societies flourish and how great civilizations are sustained.
Ooh, whoever gave her the civilizations to sustain, not a good choice. You know what I mean?
Each wave of feminism,
she listens to a lot of craft work. Very good.
Of feminism and the judgment of culture analyzing women down to an ideology completely overcomplicates something so simple and beautiful as womanhood.
This is, please, what is she? Just stop. What is she? Is she convincing herself or something else? Those women, remember, when they leave tonight or then, are they going to be upbeat or will they be hunched over and dejected? Will they have a kind of a wind in their sails and some motivation where they feel good and they want to become more and more involved in TPUSA? Or did they figure, fuck, what's the point of this? You're right. People don't want to get married. They don't like men. They don't care. We're not even sure about the definitional aspects of what a woman is. She's right. I was coming. I had such lofty goals of excitement and being motivated, but I don't have that anymore.
Ideology leaves people lonelier, resentful, confused, and weaker than before. Then perhaps it is time to question whether that ideology is
She got lost there for a second. See that? Just for a second. She said, "What am I saying?
actually serving the people it's claiming to empower."
Does this make she's lost? I don't know if she read this before. I don't know if this is what. If you walked in right now, quick question. If I just read that myself, or if somebody if you heard this, and you had to pick, where was this from? Would it be from a psychology class, a sociology class, a college lecture? Would it be from a bunch of militant sapphic tribids? Would it be from where? The last place you would ever pick is Turning Point USA. Turning Point, which again deals with libertarian ideals and the like. What is she trying to say? Those women in that row taking the picture, so excited. What are they getting out of this? You with men, I want a man. Okay, fine. But you women who think you don't need somebody, I do need somebody. Okay, fine. You who are wallowing in your own. I'm here to change that. Who is she? It's like they gave her this speech and she says, okay, is this good for 10 minutes? Yeah, I'm good. You want to read it? No.
As women, we are made for obligations that are greater than ourselves. It's in our DNA. I feel it every day. I know that you guys do too.
Feel what?
And that's why it's nearly impossible
Here we go.
to find satisfaction in this world when you are relentlessly focused on what you can get versus what you can contribute.
Do you think this woman in her life, based upon what you know about her, when she was trying to get into the pageant scene and the reality show and the sizzle reels, and then trying to work herself as a real estate mogul, and then she was running orphanages in Romania, and then do you think this woman worried more about what she could give ever? Do you think there was ever a time in this woman's life where she got up in the morning and she says, what can I give today? I've done enough. You think Lori Franz and she ever sat down and said, you know what? I'm not even interested in this. What can I give? This is just, I don't believe anything that she's saying.
Therefore, I encourage you this weekend, whenever you have a moment,
Listen to this. Listen.
take pen to paper.
Now this is the best one. Now please stop. Ladies watching this, do me a favor, stop. Do what you're saying. Take a pen and paper. Pen. A pencil. No, pen. Marker, okay. Fountain pen, even better. Parchment if you have it. Listen carefully to this.
Don't write it on your phone.
Do not list this on your phone in the notes portion. Pen and paper. You got me?
And really pray about this. Write down what your virtues are.
Right, ladies, listen. Ladies, getting your pen. Gina, what are your virtues? What are your virtues? Same thing for you, Oscar, and your crayons. What are your virtues? What are they? What are they? You understand this? What are they? I'm asking you. Hey, I'm asking you. Pay attention. Margot, what's your virtues? Gina, what's your virtues? What is your answer my question? I'm waiting. I'm trying to think of mine right now.
Write them down.
Write them down. Okay? Stop what you're doing. Write them down. Honey, what are you doing? None of your business. Shut up, you. I'm looking to see how I can help the world. I'm writing down my virtues. All right? Just leave me alone.
Maybe it's the love of truth.
Maybe it's the love of truth. Or as Raul Rodriguez says, can she leave TPUSA to start her own church? I think she has. I think she has.
Maybe it's humility.
Maybe it's humility. Any of you? Look at this. Humbleness. Do you have it? Can you type them? No. Margot, no. No typing. Stop it. You heard pen to paper. And by the way, script, not printing. And if you're going to print, lowercase and uppercase.
Maybe it's honesty.
Could be honesty.
Fidelity, courage.
Perspicacity. Contumacity. Idolatry. Self-infliction. Onanism. What are your virtues?
Maybe it's self-sacrifice.
Maybe it's self-sacrifice. Remember, how much did you pay for this? These women are saying, you want to go to, there's a Chipotle around the corner after. How much more of this bullshit we got to, I'm going to go, let's get a drink. Come on. Maybe we'll meet a couple of guys, have some indiscriminate sex and get knocked up. Anything but this. Who is this broad? What do we do? Whose idea was this? Was this yours? Was it yours? Hey, Mitzi, was this your idea? Whose idea was this? And why do they keep showing our row here?
But write them down.
Write them
And
down.
whatever they are, invest in them. Uphold them. Fortify them.
Fortify the words you wrote down. Empathy. What are your virtues? Sexiness. Bitchiness. Strength, as people say, not strength. Strength. Length. What are they? What are they?
Have those virtues be the lens that you love your spouse through.
Love your spouse. Listen to Raul Rodriguez. Listen to him. Raul says she could have asked, what are your values? That's right. But that would have cut 20 minutes off this. By the way, this is just 10 minutes, this whole speech. 17 minutes. I mean, it's not that long. The good part's coming up, though. The good part's coming up. Okay? Good part's coming up. But think about this. Think about this. Think about this.
That you're a mother by, that you sow into your community and you steward your family's legacy.
What are you? This woman's stewarding legacy. What? What? What are people? A lot of people do not have children. She's saying she does this. Did you catch what I'm saying? She is saying she does this. She is saying she is the embodiment of that which she is telling you to do. She's describing herself.
Those virtues are so important.
Are so important. Those virtues. Be able to take your virtues and see your spouse through the lens of the optics you've designed, through the lens you have ground in the wood shop of your life, where your hammer and your plane help refine the edges of the furniture of your salvation. And keeping with the carpentry theme, may your nails be not screws. Think about it.
And when you set out to pursue God's vision for your life, know that He will show up.
He will show up. He may be empty-handed. He may say, I'm going to show up all right. But you haven't done diddly squat. And don't hand me that note. You're the 10th woman here who's getting me a note with some you scribble out. Did you go to that women's thing there? What are you talking about? And why do I talk like that? I'm God. I can talk any way I want.
He will provide.
Maybe.
And He will honor your obedience to His calling.
I will honor it, but I will provide up to a point. And all them people out there who have been absolutely waylaid and destroyed by weather and poverty, whatever. Well, listen, you wanted free will now. Free will comes at a price. Don't. I'm not the tooth fairy. I'm just God.
The world has a tendency to overcomplicate.
Like I'm doing right now. I was up here just to give a speech, just a couple of minutes, just to say, hey, how y'all doing? Wait, can you donate? We got buckets over here. Join a chapter. Thank you so much. You're wonderful people. You all are beautiful. Now let's go to Chipotle and do a couple of shooters.
The most beautiful and simple things in this world. But to the women in this room who are Christian,
to the women, to the women who are Christian, and you better be Christian, because if you're not, I got nothing to say for you. I got nothing to say for you. For those of you who are Christian, Catholic, Christian, Protestant, well, Episcopalian, no. Methodist, I'm not even sure what the hell a Methodist is. Lutheran, not even close. Baptist, oh yeah, buddy. Yes, ma'am.
it's actually quite simple.
It's quite simple. If you're Christian, listen to me carefully now. It's very simple.
The world will say your life belongs to you.
The world will say that your life belongs to you. The world will say that you are in control and in possession of your life. Where you go, where you don't go, your ambitions, your destiny, the progress of such, the selection of a mate, the decision to have and to raise children, to be able to select the direction, the arc, the trajectory of your life. People will say you have that right.
It does not.
It don't know. That's where you're SOL, buddy. Oh no, you don't. You think you run this? Shit. Are you kidding? What? If you're Christian. If you're Christian. You think you run this thing? You think you got a say? You thought you were going to have fun today, didn't you? You thought when you paid whatever the hell this ticket is, Brian, you thought you'd have a good time, but you're miserable. You'd rather be stuck in some like an old men's room off of Route 3 in Newark than to be here today. You never thought. Did you have any say in this? No. You'll find out life is just dealing with unexpected surprises like this god-awful speech.
Your life belongs to Christ.
Your life belongs to Christ, not yours. Not yours. If you're Christian, what she's saying by implication is if you're not Christian, well, you're on your own. You'll be able to, do what you want to do and direct your trajectory and all of that. So, but anyway, I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. UFO, by the way, UFO says, she said honesty. Can someone diss her? I have watched Bride of Charlie, and there is nothing honest about her. R.I.P. Charlie. Absolutely, rest in peace. You're getting this. What are you clapping for? Look at this same row.
And once you understand that, so many of the questions that the culture bombards you with will be answered.
You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. If you got into this thing thinking you'd have some kind of selectivity in your life, you are SOL, my friend. That means shit out of luck. It don't work that way.
Because when your life belongs to Christ,
here we go.
Your purpose is no longer self-fulfillment. It's not. It's a totally different focus.
When you give your life to Christ, your purpose is not self-fulfillment. Remember what I told you before about self-fulfillment? Wrong. No. When you become a Christian, it's not self-fulfillment. Somewhere in the heavens, in the firmament, Christ, God are saying, what? Excuse me, you're trying to sell us? Are you trying to recruit? We never said that. I gave you free will. Yes, I want you to be fulfilled. I want you to go out to make the most of your life, to make the most of my bounty, your talents, use me, but go out and change the world. You're in charge. Listen to what she's saying.
It's greater. It's more rewarding. It positions you to be on a path that God meant for you. And what I've learned is that you don't get to choose the season of life that you're in.
What?
You never will be able to. But you do get to choose how you show up for it.
I don't know what that means. Even God, you know what that means? I don't know. I don't know about that one. You cannot decide where you will be provided you follow the orders that have been provided to you, not by your own self determination, not by your own intent, not by your own free will. You will be determined to find yourself in a position that will be made aware to you once the realization through the lens of complete and total relinquishment to the Almighty is provided in a way that helps you understand the enormity, the complexity, and the main and grand nature of a sense of beneficent and benevolent subjugation to the word of the Lord. Praise God.
Every single day, when your feet touch the ground, you do get to choose.
Now you get to choose. See, before you didn't get to choose, but this is when your feet hits the ground. See, if you're suspended, you don't make it. But once your feet hit the ground, get up in the morning. See, when you're in bed, But once your feet hit the ground, that's it. Now we're back. So everything I said before, just disregard it.
Even if it takes everything in you, to just say, God, give me grace.
God, dear God, we ask you, with all due respect, sir, ma'am, what is she saying? She wants so much to be a preacher. She wants to be a preacher. And they're saying, no. And just all of a sudden you see ding, 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 and all the donors, let's say, I didn't even know what I got myself into. Is this a cult? Scientology makes more sense than this.
You choose that.
Now I get to choose it. 1 minute. Now I get to choose. 1 minute I didn't have a chance to choose. Now I get to choose it. What is it? She doesn't know. It's like she took 10 speeches and just threw them together. I can't follow any of this stuff.
And it's important to remember that happiness comes and goes.
Yep. It sure as hell does. It comes and goes. Oh, and mostly going right now down the toilet.
It is so fleeting.
Uh-oh. Now we get to the good part. Now we get to the good part. This is what you've been waiting. That was just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. She's so inspirational. Do you understand anything? Do you understand the message? If you when you walk out, how many people under their breath are you going to hear? What the? Did she say that? Do you understand any of this? But wait. This is what you've been waiting for. Oh, yeah. You've been waiting for this. Are you ready? Are you ready? Good. This is it. The moment is now. Excuse me. This one. Sorry.
But the joy of the Lord withstands all.
By the way, don't you feel joyous? Don't you feel joyous? Don't you feel joyous? Don't you feel following the Lord will imbue you with the same kind of joy she has? But wait, here we go.
Erika Kirk protects pedophiles!
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. No. It was going so well. It's not my speech. I don't know what to do. I got an earpiece. It don't work. I'm not even sure what that is. They keep talking about that. What do I do now? Before we begin, security should have been on that stage immediately. Immediately. You hear what I'm saying? Stephen Salty just says, our boy says, no idea what she was on about, but I'm inspired. As am I. I'm not sure about what. She should have been right now Let me go back again. She should have
The
been.
joy of the Lord withstands all.
Now, right now, somebody, remember, so far, 3 cameras, right? No, yes, 3. Straight ahead, 1 stage right, and then 1, I think, down the row. Okay, now watch.
Erika Kirk protects pedophile! Erika Kirk protects pedophile!
She's looking at her speech. She's looking at her speech. She's thinking, oh, I can handle this. This is a good time for me to maybe resuscitate the audience. No.
It's important to remember that happiness comes.
She went right back. She does. The 800-pound gorilla in the room. She doesn't even address it. She goes right back to the speech. Right back to the speech.
And goes, and I pray that you find it.
That might have been good. That's good. Okay. Finally, you know what they're doing? You know why they're clapping? To get the feeling back in their hands because they're in a coma. Look, stand. People are going like this. Stand. Which is the best thing that ever happened. And how much you want to bet somebody said, hey, listen, do me a favor. What is it? Come here. You're an intern, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, tell you what, $50. I want you to scream that business you just, about that pedo thing. Yeah, scream it. Why? You got to do it. Because this thing's a dog and people are going to ask their money for it. Just do me a favor, scream that. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just scream it. But it's not fair. Don't worry about being fair. I know we did it ourselves, but you got to help me. This woman is dying. I thought for sure after 9 months she'd pick up a few things, but I'm wrong. Do me a favor. Just do what I say. Just want you to say it, okay? Now pull it off. Again, where's security? Security should have been off. All these people standing up. See the guy in the front? See the guy with the camera? See the guy with the camera? Has he been checked out? Has he been vetted? I think maybe there's 2 cameras there.
That's an important moment.
I hope to God they know. Seriously. And I'm worried about it. I'm looking at this thing in terms of, are these people absolutely vetted?
Love you guys.
See, she's just happy looking down at her speech. She figures, as long as I'm here and they can see me, I don't have to worry about it.
That's an important moment because that just showed duty to faithfulness gives life meaning. And we must pray for our enemies and those that do not feel like their life has meaning.
Okay, now, good. Now make the connection. Make the connection to the person screaming it.
And that's a perfect example of that.
Okay, good.
A perfect example.
No, Erika, she accused you of covering up criminal activity. That was not a woman who was necessarily sidelined or bereft or saddled by the yoke of blasphemy or whatever connection you make. This is a woman who made a connection to you because remember there were some folks. You remember a while back in your crew there was that one minister that was under investigation, and then Nisi, bless her heart, pointed out those weird kind of texts you were allegedly making to some 15-year-old girl. Remember that? Now, I don't know whether that's what this person was, whoever this person was talking about. I don't know about that. But there were some evidence, at least before, of whatever. And you've never even said anything about this weird, I think very a la Oprah, the notion of the orphanage in Romania. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to any of that? So granted, that's not enough to establish an accusation, but there's a little something as to the incredulity that people are feeling.
You pray for your enemies. You pray for those that persecute you. That's not the enemy. We know who the real enemy is. God bless you. Thank you.
Now, who is the real enemy? Now, watch this. You missed this right now. She doesn't even know. This is where she thinks. She sounds like she ended the speech. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you very much. And then she keeps speaking. Watch.
We must pray for our enemies and those that do not feel like their life has meaning.
Watch.
And that's a perfect example of that. A perfect example. You pray for your enemies. You pray for those that persecute you.
There's here. Same row. Same.
That's not the enemy. We
No.
know who the real enemy is.
Who is it?
God bless you. Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's it?
I have one person I listen to. I got you. I got you.
Who do you listen to? Charlie?
But
God?
God's mercy for me during this season has been
See, for me, God's message for me, how I been about, not you. I know you, many of you have been sidelined yourself, but how I handled it.
a blessing filled with faithful women who have surrounded me, who have come up alongside me, who have prayed for me, who have prayed with me.
Me.
Who've walked alongside one of the hardest moments of my life,
My
pouring
life.
into me,
Me.
reminding me to always look towards God.
Yeah.
So again, in all of this, you have a choice as to which path you take in life. You
By the way, that's why I forgave the assailant, the perp, and then demanded his speedy trial almost in the same breath.
can be a woman of the world, as we just saw,
Huh?
or you can be a woman of the word.
Wait a minute. Is this a woman of the world? Did she just call these people a woman of the word? Isn't that good? If I said you're a worldly woman, isn't that good? So the woman who basically screamed and yelled and accused you of basically being complicit in a very serious criminal offense, this is a woman of the world?
That choice is yours.
What?
Which path will you choose? I pray she chooses the right one.
She choose, see?
Eternity's long.
But is she wrong? Erica, refute what she said. She didn't call you poopy pants. She referred you of being criminally complicit. That's not because she's a heathen or a devil. She might have a reason for that. Dispute, refute, address the allegations. Maybe not now, but don't confuse her with being your garden variety demon.
But there will be a day,
She's going back
10
into
to 15 years from now,
10 to 15 years from now. 10 to 15 years. Well, what is it?
when my children will look back on this season of life that us three are going through.
Remind her, me
They won't
too.
remember it fully because they're so young,
From what I hear.
but they will see everything.
Yeah.
They will see how this world talked about their father, their mother, even themselves.
What about the grandparents? What about Nana and
They
Mama?
will be able to
Mama?
read every headline, every accusation, every lie.
Yeah.
And my prayer is their focus isn't on all that noise,
Uh-huh.
but rather on how their mother showed up and how she handled it.
Oh, I did it. Right. See, it's about me. You thought I was going to talk about them, didn't you? You thought I was going to talk about it. Well, wrong. Oh, no. See, with 10, 15 years, they're not going to be saying, how am I doing? How do I fit in? They're going to say, oh, no. How did my brave mother do it? How did she handle it? Not me. I'm all screwed up. I have no idea. I just had to witness, basically I've seen this picture a million times of my father getting it. No. My only concern is how my mother showed up. See the same row. Same other. I said camera two.
I pray God's wisdom will prevail and they will be able to see the difference in how you can respond to situations that are completely out of your control.
Okay.
I want them to see how you can remain gracious when people are deeply unkind.
So she's saying, I want them to see how I was gracious, how I handled it under fire, how how
How you can remain composed and
Me.
prioritize what matters most
Yeah.
in the most chaotic situations.
yeah.
How you can still persevere carrying the cross that God has asked you to carry.
Now I'm carrying the cross. I'm composed. By the way, I'm not really home a whole hell of a lot. I think. What's your name again? Gigi, Juju, whatever. Gigi, Mimi. Okay, good. Yeah, and yeah, but I'm looking good and composing. Surprised, no sparklers tonight.
and it doesn't turn you bitter.
And by the way, speaking of composure in class, how about the funeral home picture? Wasn't that great? How about the funeral home picture? Or better yet, some other good ones too. How about the picture where we reconstructed that little tent where Charlie bought it, where you could take selfies? Yeah. And how about my famous "Hey guys" 6 days after the event? 6 days. I'm talking about merch sales. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was nothing but class.
How you can rise above it all when you surrender your life to Christ, knowing the greatest freedom in the world is belonging to God.
You believe any of this? Seriously.
And knowing that you never have to prove yourself to anybody in this world.
But I do.
Only God.
God. I'm
That's all that
God.
matters.
And me, I'm
So
God.
every woman in this room is building something.
You're building something.
We're all at different points in our life, different
That's
seasons.
what I'm building.
But you're building something.
Building it.
Your
Big,
habits, your
constructive.
family,
Family.
your future, your values, your character.
Illusion,
You're building
fantasy.
that. So again, I'll ask you, what type of woman do you want to be? Whatever
wanna be
you
me.
choose, just know that those actions and the action of choosing itself is a deliberate thing. Have more babies than you can afford.
I hate that. Have more babies. You think that's so clever. Have more babies than you can afford. Mommy, why don't I get my own clothes? Because we listened to a millionaire woman who told us to have more children than we can afford. That's why you're wearing your sister's dress, even though you're a
It
boy.
begins with an intention to do right, even
Do
at
right.
a cost.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, it settles into one and forms character, a fixed disposition that radiates through actions.
A fixed disposition that radiates through action. Those are her words. A fixed disposition that radiates kind of like through the penumbra, using the Griswold definition. Yeah, I'm digging it. Sure. Oh, yeah. Genuine, authentic, keeping it real.
Every choice made
Oh,
for a
God.
good reason makes a good mark
Is this
in your
working?
soul.
Is it me? What
Every choice made for a bad reason makes a bad mark in
go
your
to
soul.
get a shot after this?
And one day,
Jesus' first miracle.
all
Don't
of
forget.
this, all
She-
of this,
She done somebody
life,
yelled at pedo again.
every
Do something.
win,
So I could slip out
every
during the flow.
loss, the criticism, the heartbreak, the joy, and the sorrow,
Don't you want to join
it'll all
TPUSA?
be reduced to
Don't you want to?
dust.
Don't you want to join DP to dust?
But
Is it-
what you etched in your
I was
all
terrible
of
at it.
this,
All of this.
all of this,
All of
this
this.
life,
This life.
every win,
Every win, every
every
loss,
loss,
every
the criticism,
criticisms,
the heartbreak,
the heartbreak,
the joy,
the
the
happiness,
sorrow,
That's right. Everything.
it'll all be reduced to dust.
Dust. So go get him, Tiger.
But what you etched in your soul remains forever. So build a life
But my dust,
that can survive eternity.
a life that can survive eternity, but there's that dust thing, which I'm trying to work around.
Welcome to the Women's Leadership Summit. We're so grateful. God bless you all.
By the way, you see this thing here? I don't want to be too priggish about this, but there's this thing about the little girl hand thing. I'm surprised she didn't point to somebody. So what do you think, my friends? What do you think? What do you think? Tell me how. Uh-oh, there's Margot. There's Margot. Margot says, who's writing this dime store romance narrative for her? Absolutely. What do you think? Come on. Come on. Hi, guys. Hi. It'll all be dust. You think you're into how boring was that? I made it. You know what? Be interesting. Instead of me doing that, I mean, they always have these signers, but they're always like, they're very emotive. You need me doing a kind of a live feed so I can tell you what this means. Because Did anybody Blake Neff? Blake Neff should be running from the hills. Blake Neff couldn't even write a ransom note. Did you ever think it was as bad as this? Did you ever think it was bad? You thought you knew how bad she was. Did you ever think it was this bad? No. No. You can't believe it. You can't believe how bad it was. You can't believe it. And there have been some moments. Oh my God, these moments. Seriously. I mean, who can ever forget?
Seems to me that nothing will ever be enough for the evil in this world. Our country has become unrecognizable. These people.
Do you remember that? Don't you remember that? Don't you?
Seems to me that nothing.
Oh, remember the sniper hat? We might do. Some of these are worth like looking at again. You need me. You need me. Sure, Candace didn't go to Russia, meeting with the leaders of the world to break down the most intricate and labyrinthine of economic concepts and precepts. But you need me to break down the nutty, because nobody knows muddy or nutty, which is worse. You tell me. You tell me. But you need me to work through this and to show you the absolute catastrophic, the cacophony of insanity. You need me. I'm here for you. That's what this is about. Oh, we'll always have this, my friends. We will always have this. Chastity writes, Lord help her children. If this is how she reads out loud always. Oh my God. You're right about that. This is you cannot believe. You don't. And the reason why it is worse, how about those women in the row? One row. It's almost like kind of like CGI or something. It's like, make sure you just have this one row of people. All white. I would have had black women, young women, older women. I would have showed at least, I think, when not diversity, but heterogeneity, just to show that a lot of people. I'm trying to get as much money as possible on TPUSA. I want to have black, I want Asians, I want everybody. I want it to look like a Coke commercial from the 60s. I want this, but even that they ruined. Because they're just too schooled. Her whole thing is, how'd you like it? And when she went back, they just said, you look beautiful. I'll bet you anything they said, look beautiful, not you sounded beautiful. Why would you want to be a part of TPUSA? What is my inspiration for joining? What have you promised me? What do you think my motivation is? You want me to basically just bow and scrape and basically supplicate before your pulchritude. That is it. You really think you're something. And this dime store devotional pap that you poorly read, that didn't help anything. You're making a mockery out of faith. You're making a mockery. You're making it sound like there's this weird kind of like this potion, these incantations. Use these, just refer to these rote, memorized words and phrases. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And I feel so sorry for you, wonderful people, devout, who, by the way, have put in your time of your faith, whether it's Christian or not, but you've put your time in. You've had moments by yourself questioning your faith, which, by the way, is a part of being a deep thinker, always questioning it. I mean, you've done the road work, you've done the time, and this woman has had it all handed her. She's making it sound like, granted, her husband was killed. I'm not trying to take anything away from that. But Jackie Kennedy did it, and Coretta Scott King, and even Courtney Love, and Yoko Ono, and loads of people, and all of the people whose husbands, by the way, when they had more children than they could afford when he was alive, but women who have had lost their husbands to stupid wars that nobody can understand, they go through this all the time. Crime victims, people, happens all the time. This happens all the time. Women who realize, I'm the breadwinner, what am I going to do? Happens all the time. She thinks she invented it. Granted, it was on TV. It was horrible. It was terrible. But it happens all the time. police officers and people. It's not. You would think she would have spent some time saying, "Here's how you can help." We need you. We need your money. We need your help. We need you to focus on this. This is a very, very important, very, very, very critical time for us. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And by the way, thank you so much. Thank you. And I don't mean to do this, but it was so wonderful, is it not? When we expurgate, remove, bowdlerize, and ask to leave those individuals who want to come into our discussion and ruin it by poor attempted trolling and the like. Thank you for calling their names out. Call their names out, and we will have them ablated, which is a very good thing. My friends, I thank you for today. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your focus. Thank you for being a part of this. I want to ask you something right now, which is so critical. I want you to do me a great and a wonderful favor. Mrs. L has her, she has been, I don't know if it's big tech after her or what. I have no earthly idea. But she has been doing some of the most important, critical work, and they are just, they're stopping her at every stretch of the imagination. Her stuff, she'll have the most serious discussions. By the way, this is her YouTube channel at Lynn's Warriors. She'll be talking to women about legislation, and they'll say, "Sorry, this is demonetized. This is too sensitive." Too sensitive? It's a news story. Nothing. I don't understand it. I don't understand. So please, I just ask. You've been so wonderful. Thank you for loving me, and thank you for loving her. Lynn's Warriors at YouTube. It means so much. She's going through so much work, and she says, "I can't believe it." These people say, "What am I doing? What am I?" You're not doing anything. They just you're just going after big tech and Anthropic and everybody else, and they don't like that. So anyway, my friends, thank you. But seriously, with all the, wasn't that fun? Wasn't that fun? Do you now have a better understanding for how crazy eyes is? Do you understand? There we go. That was interesting. Ooh. Do you understand how crazy that was? Insane. So anyway, thank you, my friends. Thank you for being a part of this. It was wonderful. It was great. You never knew this because you need me. You need me to point it out because when it comes to identifying and articulating insanity, nobody does it better. All right, my friends, hand farts to all of you. Hand farts. Thank you so much. We will talk to you later. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, I beg and beseech you always to follow. And also later on today, we'll find something good. You know what? If you've got a great one, send me something you'd like to review. This is like Mystery Science Theater. You know what I mean? Send it to me at Lionel@LionelMedia.com. Lionel@LionelMedia.com. Send it to me and I'll put it up and we'll talk and we'll review it and we'll analyze it in our own way. Thank you, dear, glorious and wonderful friends. Have a wonderful day. You have again honored me with your presence and I thank you for that. Have a great day. Go on about your business. The meeting is now adjourned. We'll meet with you later on. And by the way, to all of our European, EU, and UK friends and from around the world, we do this for you so you can enjoy our mayhem and mirth and our yeah, that's it. I can only be alliterative with two. Anyway, thank you so much. We'll talk to you later. And now remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.